Hi, Diane. Your question was forwarded along to me by my colleagues at PsychAsk.com. My name is Brett Thornhill, and I'm a professionally certified ADHD coach. Diane, I'd like to start, first of all, by acknowledging the validity of what you're feeling and to encourage you to try and prevent the lack of ADHD knowledge and a judgment of others in your workplace to have too great an impact on your own self-image and your self-worth. As an individual with ADHD, you're not broken. You don't need to be fixed. Your ADHD is not about a lack of willpower or a lack of desire. It simply means that your brain is wired in a unique and, quite frankly, very special way. And that wiring may make it challenging to do certain tasks and may actually make you very capable at other tasks. ADHD is becoming much more widely accepted now as an impairment of executive function, a much broader definition, a definition which includes the part of the brain that's responsible for things such as organizational skills, emotional self-regulation, and working memory. The notes you refer to are simply a perfectly valid strategy that you've developed to assist you with one of those challenges. It's actually very resourceful on your part. Congratulations. With respect to disclosing your ADHD to your employer, there are a couple of schools of thought on this. I have a couple of questions for you. What are you hoping to accomplish by telling your employer that you have ADHD? What's your end goal? Have you considered the impact that full disclosure may have in the likelihood that the people you tell won't have the knowledge or the desire to gain the knowledge to fully understand what having ADHD really means and also what it doesn't mean? Is there another way to deal with the specific issues you find challenging at work without the need for a blanket declaration that you have ADHD? For example, what might happen if you specifically asked your supervisor how the notes that you use may be hurting you, as she referred? And how about if you explain to her that the notes actually help you ensure that your work is accurate and it's up to the level that they expect? How might you address the specific issue of distractions by speaking with someone about the location of your workspace? Is there a possibility you could move elsewhere? Again, dealing with the specifics of the issue rather than the broader issue of the ADHD. Addressing the specific issues and challenges that you're experiencing might result in positive changes, and it won't require the need or the responsibility to educate everyone about the truth of ADHD. That it doesn't mean that you're incapable of doing your work. Rather, it simply means that you have to find a different way of doing things, perhaps a way that they're not all that accustomed to. Diane, something else I want to address from your question. In your language and in your question, I hear quite a bit of negative self-talk. And that's likely based on the beliefs and assumptions that you've developed over years of feeling different, kind of like a square peg in a round hole. And probably being good at things that are different than most other people are good at. Your frustration is quite understandable. In fact, I've experienced it myself, having been diagnosed with ADHD much later in life. You know, we spend most of our lives being taught that self-improvement is all about putting our energy into getting better at those things that cause us the greatest challenges. But what would happen if you committed yourself to focusing your energy on your strengths and becoming truly awesome at those areas in which you already excel? I'm sure if you give it some thought, there are many things that you already do incredibly well. What would it look like to have a conversation with your employer about the possibilities of better using and utilizing your talents to help them achieve their goals? It'd likely be a much more positive conversation than one that focuses around the difficulties that are caused by your ADHD. Finally, Diane, I want to congratulate you. Congratulate you on your willingness to seek out help, to create change in your life. There's nothing wrong with acknowledging that you have challenges, especially when you're willing to work on them. In fact, most workplaces would be a much more productive and, quite frankly, a much happier place to be if more people were brave enough to do just that. Diane, I hope my answer has helped you in some way, and I hope we get a chance to chat about this in more detail at some point. Good luck.